Morning everyone, Clutch here from Sodak Motorcycle Vlog. Okay. A wet morning. After a wet day, it's definitely time to go.
Yeah.
Alright. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and hopefully warmer weather awaits us.
3 hours later.
Well, good news. We found the sun. We are just about out of Michigan. Which I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of, well, kind of looking forward to. I mean, this day is alright, but man, I don't know. It wasn't the trip I thought it was gonna be out here. Just a different vibe, different world out east, I guess. But the bridge was cool. And it was pretty cool. Heckman Island was pretty cool. I mean, the rain kind of ruined it, but you know, that's sometimes how things goes. Sometimes Mother Nature has different plans. So after the ride today, we got another 300 miles tomorrow, and then it's going to be a load back up and trailer the bike home with a little side trip to my mom and dad. So I'll be back to the real world again. Trip lesson so far: the worst drivers in the country are in Michigan, period. I know a lot of people like to say California, Colorado. Come drive in Michigan for a little bit. I will submit them as to the list of worst drivers, by far. Let's put it this way. Been to many states, and I don't know, some of the shenanigans I have seen on the highways in this state since I have been here are just I don't know. I've had a few of them. Wow, never seen that before here. So alright, well, that's enough chit chat. Let's get back to ride. Oh yeah, definitely back in Wisconsin. 25 mile per hour speed limits in town. Well, we are very much in farm country here. Up there near Green Bay, Wisconsin. Taking a little bit of scenic shortcut. Personally, I don't mind. Kind of cool, reminds me of home.
The next day.
Alrighty.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Just let me know when you're ready to go.
I'm ready. I'm just putting my helmet down.
You said okay? Okay. What the hell street am I on? This is okay. What's up? Oh, you need to unwrap? Here, you want me to get it? Got it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'll let you get that undone. Okay, you good? All right. Morning, everyone. Clutch here from the Sodak motorcycle blog. Leaving Eau Claire, Wisconsin after a nice night at the Expo Hotel, which is a pretty awesome hotel. You should definitely check it out. I will have a link posted on the video. Cool little eclectic place. Kind of built into an old warehouse. Rooms are pretty reasonable priced and pretty well designed. Pretty friendly staff. There's a restaurant on site, although you're within walking distance of plenty of great places to eat. We ended up checking out the livery, which, if you get there, you definitely need to check that out. The Cuban is really good, and also the BLT is awesome as well. Got a nice little outdoor seating area. Just a nice little spot last night. My wife said I redeemed myself after picking some pretty not so good hotels the last few places, so I got that going for me. There's some other cool features of the place. Every room has a record player in it. You can actually check out records. So if you're a fan of records, that's a good place to go. Thought about checking one out, but we got done with supper, and pretty much the total of last week, or riding all week, has pretty much started catching up, because we were both pretty much zonked out by, I'd say, 7 o'clock last night. But there's nothing wrong with getting a good night's sleep. Today we're going to go back to Bruce. We're going to link back up with our vehicle, get the bike loaded, go spend the night at my mom and dad's a few hours away, and then we're going to head home tomorrow. So just about wrapped up with the trip. Just about leaving Wisconsin now. Much in the spirit of Smokey and the Bandit, or my mother Running Coors beer from Wyoming to South Dakota in the 1970s. We are loaded up with some spotted cow. Heading home. I was at the Flying J at Hudson, and honestly, they've got it set up like just tons and tons of stuff sitting there, just saying, "Hey, better buy it." I'm like, well, okay. I gotta say that's probably the earliest I bought beer for a long time that didn't involve going to a lake. So. Next stop is the candy store in Minnesota. We're going to find out what kind of debauchery we can scare up at the candy store. You know us, crazy wild people. Breaking the rules all the time, you know me. We'll see you there. Okay, we're out of the Twin Cities now. You'll see that big yellow crazy looking thing on our right. That is the candy store, Minnesota's largest candy store. I've never been to any other Minnesota candy store, so I can't really check the validity. But either way, it's big, as you can see. We're going to see what kind of debauchery we can scare up in the candy store. All right. Let's see if we can find some concrete. There we go. Well, we got out of the candy store. As you can see, we've found some rain clouds now. Nothing bad, so nothing this old Goldwing can't handle. But it makes me laugh how some riders, I mean, just the thought of having to ride through a little downpour just scares the living bejesuses out of them. Little town we just passed had about 6 riders on motorcycles huddled under the canopy like a bunch of damn wusses. I mean, if you ride a motorcycle, I got news for you. You're probably going to get wet every once in a while. It's just kind of part of the deal. It's not like this was a very long storm. It was about 4 or 5 miles and some wet roads. Okay, no biggie. Like, that's too easy. I mean, I get it if it's a hailstorm or really heavy downpour. I get that, but you know, this was nothing more than just a little tiny sprinkle. Nope, we gotta get under that awning because we might get wet. Oh my gosh, and I'm gonna have to join my bike again. The rain won't hurt you, and you know what? It buffs out. Well, so I live in an area where pretty much it could rain every day during the summer, so I don't know. If I was one of them so worried about the bike even seeing just the tiniest bit of rain, I probably wouldn't ride very much. In fact, I used to ride with someone. He put on maybe 1,500 miles a year. And I think some of it was, you know, oh, it might rain. So I remember one time, 20% chance of rain, he didn't want to go out. I'm like, that's like every day. Like every day in the Black Hills, at least a 20% chance of rain. That's just kind of the way it is. But I guess, I don't know, to me, if you're worried about getting wet, then why are you doing outdoor activities? Why don't you just sit inside and watch movies all day or something like that? But Anyways, we're on Minnesota 19 now, and we got about just under 3 hours left till we get to where we're gonna swap the bike out for the vehicle. So the last stretch here through eastern Minnesota now, through the cornfields. We'll check in with you later. We're just about to our state line here with South Dakota. Ran through the corn and the cornfield and the wind patch here up in the Buffalo Ridge is what they call it around here. It ain't much for mountains, but definitely you can tell you're in it. The hills get a little rolly, and wintertime you get more snow. So thoughts on the trip? Well, overall it was a good trip, I think. I mean, it started off with some issues, like just all kinds of weird stuff. I still think it's crazy we drove all the way to Sioux Falls, drove all the way back to Vivian to grab a hitch, which I forgot. I still can't believe that happened. I mean, the trip was damn near dead at the water at that point. I should have, when I realized in Mitchell, I should have turned around right there and went back after it, but soon me thinking maybe I'd be able to find a part, which that was a mistake. So just another example of always being prepared. Make sure you bring everything with you. Trying to be as self-sufficient as you can, because in the end it's hard to get help from people. I will say this much though, I will give props to J&L Harley Davidson in Sioux Falls. They helped us out. They were at least willing to open boxes and just to see what they could find. So it is funny to me, that's always how it seems to go. Like, I seem to always get the most help from, like, you know, the Harley dealerships. Partially because they're open, and partially because, well, they care about motorcyclists. And I think it's the mentality of like, hey, yep, you don't ride our brand, but you know what, you still ride a motorcycle, so we're gonna still at least try to help you out. But, you know, is what it is. Important lesson. From now on, this trailer hitch is going to get stored in my trailer, so that way whenever I need it, if I do something like load the bike up and I load the trailer in the back, well, at least I'll be able to eliminate the whole risk of forgetting it. Otherwise, it's been, like I said, it was an interesting trip. I mean, I was kind of surprised that, like, up in Washburn, that area, like, you know, the place closes down early at like 6 at night. Like, that kind of shocked me. You know, me and my wife, we figure we're in an area where tourism happens. Like, that just does not happen. Like, the 4th of July, they're open trying to milk every last bit of money to you. And right there is our South Dakota sign. We are now home. Well, thank you, Google. I can also go 65 again instead of 60. And yeah, so, and I was kind of surprised. I would say if you're gonna stay, go stay at Mackinac, stay in Max City. Don't go to St. Ignace. I mean, the rooms are cheaper, but in the end, I mean, we paid almost $100 to basically a guy to give us a ride down to Max City and back. So I would suggest just stay in Max City. Don't bother with St. Ignace. And honestly, I thought Mackinac Island was pretty cool. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of it because really I didn't get a chance to see a lot. And the rain kind of just ruined the whole day. I mean, but I would definitely like to go back and, you know, riding with the horse-drawn carriage, that was pretty cool. That was something neat. But I would definitely go back and Like I would rent a pedal bike if I were you. Like too bad the weather wasn't nicer. We could have rented a pedal bike. We could have just kind of pedaled around the island all day, but that's okay. Got some fudge from there. It was pretty good. I will say this, like as far as the microbrewery over there, I'd pass. I mean, they're okay, but to me they're nothing special. Actually, I didn't find a lot of beer over there that I thought was that great, to be honest with you. Actually, local stuff. I mean, the beer game didn't pick up till we got back in Wisconsin, which naturally, Wisconsin. That place in Eau Claire was really cool. I'm glad it worked out with that. I would say the Oxbow Hotel, we got it for a pretty cheap price. I would recommend that if you want to stay at it now. Because I would bet within 5 or 6 years, that's going to be a $500 a night hotel. And they'll command it easily. But still support them. They're a great business. They just reopened about a month ago. So if you're in Eau Claire, you want a place to stay, I'm telling you, check out the Oxbow Inn. That's a pretty nice place to stay. Like I said before, you'll want to definitely go check out the livery, which is nearby there. It's a good place to get either a BLT or a Cuban. And I'm sure all the other ones are good. Plus they have the Spotted Cow lager on tap. We did get some Spotted Cow on the way back through. Thankfully at Flying J they had a whole bunch of it, so yep, we still got it in the back. Still got to see a lot of the country. It's pretty cool seeing the lakes. It's pretty fun going over the bridge. It's something I can check off my list now that, yep, I went over the Mackinac Bridge. It's also pretty cool going underneath it on a boat. But otherwise, like I said, we probably did about 1,500 miles over the last few days. The Russell Daylong seat is amazing. Like, I would definitely spend the money and get one, because it's to the point now where it doesn't hurt. We've found other things that hurt now. With me, because I don't have my crash pegs right now, or my highway pegs, because they broke a couple weeks ago after I dropped my bike. If I had, when I get my Mickle pegs on this thing, I'll be able to do miles and miles and miles. I'll be able to easily go to my fuel tank and stop. Because honestly, once you get the butt out of it, you know, the only thing that's really been hurting me is my knees, but that's because I've had to tip them up like this the whole time. I can only put them down for just a little bit to get a rest. And it was the same way with my wife. Like, see, we've struggled forever to find a decent seat for her, and the Goldwing factory ones are better, but this one is no contest. Like, it's no contest. And yeah, you're gonna spend a little more for this seat over the Mustang, but I'm telling you, go for it. Go for it. Do it the right way. Take pictures. Do it right. Give them all your right measurements. I would suggest give yourself a chance to have Russell Daylong do it. They also offer a money-back guarantee. You basically gotta give them 2 chances to adjust it. So really, in the end, that's probably another about $100 or $200 by shipping to get the 2 adjustments done. But I doubt you're gonna need it. If you do it right, if you do everything right, like they said, get the good pictures like they said, you will not have an issue. They're a little weird at first, but once you hit that 500-mile mark, what they say, they just settle right in. So, but, well, we're getting on Bruce here. We'll be there in about 10 miles or so. We'll get loaded up, and we're gonna call it a trip. So, once again, I am Clutch from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, wishing you a very, very good evening or day or whatever time you're watching this. And make sure you ride safe, and we'll see you next time. Well, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another banging video here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Or maybe you think it sucks, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, I got more where that come from. I got 3 videos popping up on that screen right about now. So, and there's a various assortment of what's on there, so hopefully there's a video you like that's on there. If you already know you want to and you've already made it through this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button here on the bottom right. And if you're not convinced, check out those 3 videos and then hit subscribe.